And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the top 8 of the 2017 YugiTuber Grand Championship. In this match, we have the evil villain MST TV Tombox himself playing Cleefort Demise, going up against Karatula3, who's going to be playing Windwitch Dark Magicians. And with us for this electrifying commentary, ladies and gentlemen, give me a What's Good YouTube for House of Champs!
What's good, YouTube? And we're already paying 800 here, opening the scout, not even needing to search it out. Oh, it must feel so good. And he's got an upstart also in this opening hand, so 2 1-ups. He has backup traps already with Solemn Strike, and a huge revolution is over, which, when Clees were a little more relevant, even through the Pendulum era, that trap, the huge revolution is over, could actually stop a lot more things, such as Pendulum Sorcerer during its time. So it should be interesting to see, depending on what his opponents brought out here, what it's going to be able to do.
Strap on your helmets, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be a long one.
So he opted to keep the Monolith in hand, so I'm guessing he's just going to Pendulum it out here. Yep. Just getting the bigger body out overall. And able to set some traps up. He hasn't used that up. Yeah, he's going to use it here.
Yeah, and it's getting that plus 300 from the carrier as well. Those pendulum effects can actually be very relevant. So, and he can also normal summon the Helix since he hasn't normaled yet. So he can just, I guess, establish a board of big bodies, or I mean, tribute if he wants, but I don't really see the purpose of that.
Yeah, I think he definitely should have activated the upstart first and considered other plays. Like, he could have got a draw off of Monolith if he wanted to scale it instead.
Potentially. How do you feel about a card like Huge Revolution is over? I personally like it kind of like over, you know, I can't remember the card. The Stardust card. What is it?
Starlight Road.
Starlight Road. There we go. I kind of like it just because it's a counter trap, but
it also banishes what it takes care of. Correct?
That's true. It does. Yes.
Yeah, it has its advantages, but it also has a few disadvantages. It's going to counter the same things like Twin Twisters here. But he's against what looks to be the Dark Magicians.
Windwitch Dark Magicians. Nice little combination there. Being able to maybe take advantage of a card like Secret Village since he's playing Spellcasters, perhaps? Maybe we'll see that. I'm not too sure.
This is definitely a matchup that I've never seen.
I don't think any of us have, because these are essentially 2 decks from 2 completely different eras. If you think,
yeah, the Dark Magician deck I really haven't seen fight Cleetomize. I know one of Team Jobber's people topped with Cleetomize late into the where you wouldn't expect to see Clees anymore, but it's definitely something that wouldn't have been on my mind if I was Kartula, if like playing against this.
Man, and Karatula with the 4 back row. I mean, that's something you'd expect from Klee right now, but I mean, Dark Magician's walling up. Ooh, so the Shotgun Illusion magic here. It's going to tribute off the rod so he can add those Dark Magicians to his hand. I wonder why he shotgunned it so early.
Yeah, it's more of a reactive card, I would think, also, but yeah. Maybe we'll see what purpose it plays out here. Necro Valley is definitely also an interesting card that he's drawn here.
The ultimate anti-meta field spell. Ooh, okay, so he has the Magician of Dark Illusion in his hand, so that's probably what he's
but
going
the
for.
strike,
the strike really hurts him here. That's rough, because now Karatula is just... Oh, okay, navigation. Okay.
Yeah, all because of how this is played also. It's going to put this body on board, both these bodies, but the Cleese power-ups, in a sense, are actually going to be very relevant here.
But he does get to trigger the circle, which is important. So, I mean, he's banishing the Scout, which I think is really big here, because he's going to cut off MST TV's ability to accrue resources. So, I mean, granted, he still has to get over this, 2700 Monolith, but...
And because he shotgunned this, he actually played through the Necro Valley.
That's true. So, I mean...
He got 2 relevant effects off that wouldn't have otherwise gone off.
Since this is a Dark Magician deck, I feel it's very appropriate to say, hats off to Karatula.
Oh, no. Next, you'll be saying he didn't... Why did he just ram that?
With the Monolith?
Yeah, he rammed his Dark Magician into it, didn't he?
No, that was MST TV attacking into it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ooh, so Huge Revolution is over on the Dark Magic attack. So, I mean, he protects the Necro Valley, which could actually do something here, just depending if he has, like, an Eternal Soul set face down or has any other way to attempt to revive anything from the graveyard. So, that could be pretty significant.
I would just have to think with what advantage has happened here with Scout banished. It can't be too good.
Yeah.
For the Clees here. The Clees are definitely going to be facing down. How many cards is this? 2, 4,
That's
6,
9.
8, 9
Yeah.
to the 4, and one's a skill, one's a field spell.
Yeah, and he searched that Magician's Navigation again, so I mean, he has just access to even more resources. If he pulls like another Dark Magic Circle, like there's so many ways that he can go. But I mean, that 2700 Monolith is a problem. Funny enough.
I want to see some rank 7s start to pop down.
That would be a treat. Ooh!
Oh, just as we speak about advantage.
Oh my god, that's disgusting. Now remember, everyone, Ash Blossom is not in this format since this format was from before Maximum Crisis was released. So there's basically like no way to outcard of Demise unless they're playing like Magic Drain or some crazy shit like that.
So this is actually really smart that he goes to the battle phase first, because otherwise he could not deal any damage if he activates the card of Demise. So he wants to be able to dish out damage that he can.
Absolutely.
He wants to bait the effects that he can.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was all played really well. A lot of people would have just shotgunned the card of Demise.
Yeah, absolutely, because now he's going to get the full benefit of the Demise without the downsides. And but Karatula does have the ability to banish the Monolith now thanks to the Dark Magic Circle. And I think that's the biggest problem off the board, but this card of Demise can put MST TV right back in it.
Yeah, his goal is to get big monsters tributed out that will be unaffected here. And he does have access to at least that.
Here we
and if
go.
He get a sacrifice too. That'd be pretty good.
Sacrifice. He could get. There's a bunch of different things he could get. Like a Helix would be good to pop the circle. Oh, there's the Helix and the Ooh, and Rivalry of Warlords. That's also an interesting card in the main deck as well. I like it.
I wonder if he has any targets left for summoners are having open Monolith scouted. I wonder if he plays 2.
If he plays 2 Monolith potentially, but otherwise I don't even know if he has targets.
Well, he hovered over and it said activate.
It says activate, so it's, yeah. I mean, maybe he does play the second Monolith. Alright, so at this point, yeah, playing the, I don't know, it's tough, because you could tribute the Helix over your other Helix to stop the Circle, because the Circle, but, I mean, the Dark Magician can just run you over, though. So.
Alright, so his tributed Helix's effect is going to pop off here. And probably take care of Circle.
Oh, that's right. It's its original attack now. So actually, the Dark Magician can't run it over. I apologize. Because when the Clees are normal summon without Tribute, they go down to 18, 21 with the Carrier. But otherwise, they're 27 with Carrier. So stopping that Circle is actually huge here. Because that's, like, other than, like, a board wipe, I think that's, like, the only real way Karatula can get over this Helix. He does
rank 7 should be.
I was gonna say he does have access to rank 7, so I mean there is that. Okay, so we set the Summoners Art as well as the Rivalry. The interesting thing is though, if MSC TV pops the Rivalry, he's not going to be able to make a rank 7 of a different attribute, or excuse me, of a different type.
Well, I think most of what he wants to go into are spellcasters, anyways.
Well, because does Ebon Illusion Magician work here?
Yes, I believe that's a magician.
Okay. Because I think is Ebon. I think it might be 28. Potentially, it's 25 or 28. I can't remember off the top of my head.
There's been a misplay here. Yeah, Necro Valley was updated in Duelist Saga.
Yes, that's true. So this is before that did take place.
Well, no, your tournament's up through Duelist Saga, so the errata is proper now.
Oh, right. I apologize. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's where it got its official update finally, because Karatula was talking about that
in the chat down there. Yeah, it's because we started this tournament like right when Saga came out. So
unfortunately, he just lost his Dark Magician for nothing, but he has another Dark Magic Circle.
That Dark Magic Circle is pretty clutch right now, but he still needs a way to summon a Magician to the board now. An Eternal Soul is not going to allow him to do it. He needs like another Magician's Navigation or... Funny enough, he could heart... Oh, we're getting
Oh!
Okay.
Well, you were talking about field wipes. There it is.
I was going to say he could also just hard tribute for a Dark Magician. That would be really funny.
I think that would be really badly placed, though, with his current resources, but...
I mean, when he's on this low of resources, it could do the job, but, I mean, he's going to get in for some significant damage here. It's going to be 3,700 direct.
Oh, so they're both talking about that they chose Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro USA when I believe Tom Box is from Canada and Karatula is, of course, from the EU.
Oh, that's probably not the best thing to do. Hashtag dueling book.
Oh man, I've seen a lot of your comments. A lot of them are like, "We don't want dueling book replays and all this stuff." That's my favorite. It's real Yu-Gi-Oh. You can take back things that are misclicks. You can actually play through things. Like you talk with your opponent. It's social Yu-Gi-Oh. It's as close as it gets to the real thing. Yeah, like I get that there can be quote unquote cheating because people can not realize what they're doing, but that's Yu-Gi-Oh in real life too.
Can we just talk about the fact that Karatula normal summoned a Snowbell and synced into Stardust Dragon?
Sometimes you want to summon every ace monster from all the heroes.
Oh yeah, but
so we've got Dark Magician.
Yeah, and Rivalry of Warlords is going to take care of that. That Magician's Rod, since he no longer can have.
Wow!
This is nasty.
Yeah, he can tribute that Stardust.
Oh my god! The Stormforth into the Monolith. That's so dirty. Sick.
And just like that, Tom Box is actually going to have more total cards.
Yeah, and he's in the dominant position now because Necro Valley has the graveyard unlocked, so Eternal Soul can't do anything. Monolith's on 2,700, and plus Rivalry is up, so I mean, granted, Karatula's pretty much got a deck comprised of all spellcasters, so that shouldn't be too relevant. It does actually prevent him from going into a Crystal Wing, however, if he happens to play a second Snowbell. I don't think he does, but I mean, if he top deck like into Ice Spell or something.
This is so rough.
I know, that's dirty. That clutch Stormforth. Oh, top decks the Ice Spell. Okay.
There it is, but yeah, these old school floodgates are actually doing their job very well.
Mm-hmm. God, Rivalry of Warlords came out in what, Magician's Force, I think?
Yeah, it's ancient.
Yeah. It's as ancient as the Battle of the Two Samurai on the cards.
Ooh. It's actually older than the samurai.
Alright, so Ice Spell's going to trigger, Tom Box is going to take 500 damage, and then I can't remember, is it Winter Bell? I think that's the level 4 one.
And he has to go for another Ice Spell here.
Yeah, because he does not have any more Snowbells, so that's unfortunate. And I don't even think he can't even make Clearwing Synchro Dragon here either. Oh, does he have a level 7 spell? Oh, Winter Bell might be a spellcaster. They're Synchro. They're level 7.
It has to go into Wind, right?
It has to go into Wind. Yes, Winter Bell. Okay, yep. There we go. Yeah, so it just so happens that Winter Bell can dodge the Rivalry, which kind of works out.
I feel like he mayhaps should have just chilled with the two bodies on board.
Yeah, because, I mean... Now,
he's burning him, so he's putting him down.
I suppose, but I kind of agree with you, because two bodies... Ooh, the stealth. That's a pretty good draw.
Yeah, the two bodies, I feel like, would have gone a little bit better there.
Yeah, I definitely agree, though. I think that keeping the two bodies on the board was probably better, because if MST TV didn't draw into that stealth... you know, he would only be able to kill one of the monsters, and Karatula would essentially, like, have another turn. So I don't know if that was the best idea, but I don't know. It might be a losing situation in either circumstance.
Yeah, I feel like he ended up trading 800 for 2,700 here.
Yeah. So Monolith connects, and Karatula is dead next turn, unless he pulls some sort of... you know, miracle here to be able to...
He's already used Raigeki.
He's already used Raigeki, so, I mean, there's Dark Hole still. That's possible. We know he has the other Ice Spell, so he could potentially get another Glass Spell. So, Oh, he's going to get another Ice Bell. Okay. So now he has a wall, but again, it's kind of the same situation he was just in. If Tombox gets another monster, ooh, that's stealth.
Yep, just coming in clutch with the monsters, despite such a low monster count, probably.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's playing a Demise variant, so I imagine the monster count's not too high. But he's getting them when he needs it. It's all that matters.
And this should barely not be game.
I think it's going to be, yeah, he's
200
200 off. Yeah. But, I mean, Karatula is going to need a board wipe here if he has any hope of wanting to come back from this.
Well, if he can just get to one Dark Magician, like a Navigation, he can actually banish the Monolith.
And then the stealths can't attack over.
Yeah, correct.
That's a good point. Yeah, so, I mean, he's got options, and with 14 cards left in the deck, it's possible he has a chance to do so.
And he's thinned it out, getting all the Wind Witches out of the way.
Yeah. Alright, so stealths are going to go in. Yeah, I can't think of really what else other than board wipes and like possibly a third Navigation could potentially save him here.
And he's looking through his extra deck here, but he has a Klee in the scales, so...
Yeah, so unfortunately he cannot use it. Otherwise, we could have seen some Towers for Game action here.
Cowboy for game. Bang, bang.
Oh, actually, no, Rivalry's on the board, so we couldn't have done that anyway.
Yeah.
Is there any machine he could have gone into? No. That would have been hilarious, but... So Monolith going to connect again. I don't know. Here's that heart of the cards moment, John, your favorite.
You have to call it out. You gotta believe. As long as you have life points left, cards in your deck, and another turn coming your way, you never give up in this game.
And here we go. There's the draw.
Relevant trap card.
What's it gonna be?
Does he have it in him?
I feel like he would have immediately played it if he drew it.
Well, he would set also. It's your game.
Yep, GG. See it down in the chat. So Karatula concedes, and MST TV wins round one. Want to take this time to thank MST TV, as always, for the awesome intro and doing all the artwork for this tournament. Be sure to check them out and give them a sub. Going straight into game two, though. Karatula starting off with the Ice Bell, which is always nice. We got that New Age Terror top of sorts here.
Unfortunately, that Crystal Wing's not going to end up doing much in this matchup. If you're tributing, typically it's going to end up being for something like Stealth.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about some of these techs. Mind Drain, Mind Crush.
Drowning Mirror Force.
I have not seen some of these cards since Pendulum Magician format.
I was going to say, we could go back even further, back to Klee Shadal, like Necros format with Mind Crush.
Yeah, Mind Crush was definitely teched during Necros format.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting to see how those cards play out.
I was kind of surprised that it never ended up in this current Zoo format, but it's just, it does nothing for you when you're going second for the most part, unless you also opened a field wipe, and then you're relying on other cards.
Oh, Mind Crush?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember Nim Nim and I were talking about Mind Crush for this current format, or I guess the past format before June 12th. And that's the exact conclusion that we came to. It's just... It hurts if you open it going second. It's just the worst card ever.
So getting a raw monolith again.
So this is interesting because he could just set a bunch of back row and then just let Drowning, do its thing. Because frankly, I don't really think a lot of people expect Drowning, especially in this format, but just kind of in general.
Yeah, you kind of start, when there's multiple back row, I always start thinking Mirror Force and playing around it, right. But...
Well, when you have a Crystal Wing that's immune to regular Mirror Force as well, you don't really care. Obviously there's Quaking and, Storming, but, I mean, standard Mirror Force has been, the Mirror Force of choice, I would say, for this tournament.
He's opted to go with the sacrifice here. I find that very odd considering there's already a dark magic circle out.
Mm-hmm.
That magic drain, I feel like, isn't going to stop the trap cards that are going to help the dark magic circle. I feel like you're right that he should have just set 3 pass.
Maybe though he's not. Maybe he's trying to allude to Karatula that he doesn't have a drowning, so that he'll be more likely to play into it.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, because he's going to get an ad off the sacrifice, so he doesn't really care too much about losing that. But then, that way, he's hoping that Karatula might overcommit, and then he can just catch him with the drowning. And, you know... Oh, he's got the dark magic circle, though. So now he's got a second one.
Oof.
This is going to get rough. I also forgot that Sacrifice protects the carrier from being destroyed, so...
Well, the other thing is, Dark Magic Circle can just... I was thinking for a minute that it was only monsters, but it can target one card your opponent controls.
Oh, so he could just banish the Sacrifice.
Yeah, but we've only seen it happen on monsters so far, I believe. Mm-hmm. But he can use these to banish Sacrifice and back rows, such as the Mirror Force.
Yeah, so that's huge. Setting another back row.
Thinking on the Mind Crush.
Mm-hmm. Do we know what that card is? I don't think so.
Oh,
it's the one he added off Circle, probably. If he
yeah, that's what I was saying. He can go to the log and look himself.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh yeah, they're saying in the chat he didn't add. So
and there's Stealth.
Wow.
The perfect draw.
The perfect out.
You're not going to be able to react with your Crystal Wing to this. And that Sacrifice makes it act as 2 tributes already.
Exactly. So, what do we know about playing Klee?
And he can choose to bounce something else. It protects the entire chain. So the carrier can bounce the Crystal Wing itself, and he can just bounce something else and then use that Mind Crush on it.
And Sacrifice will also trigger, too, because isn't it when it's just sent to the graveyard?
Yeah, it's going to be 3 chain links here.
So this is going to be absolutely massive tempo swing here for MST TV.
Yeah, none of these can be, thanks to the Stealth, none of these can be stopped.
I remember Stealth was just so devastating when it was released. Because it's like, there's nothing you can do. Like, everyone hates cards like Super Polymerization because of their spell speed 4, so to speak, effect. And Stealth is just another card that's like that.
And here comes Pay 8, Feel Great.
Pay 8, Feel Great.
And he's going to have a Pendulum Summon.
Exactly. He has the Monolith, too, because he's also going to draw in the end phase then.
Oh, man.
So he's not only going to be able to search with Scout, he's going to get 2 draws off Monolith and the ad from Scout, and be able to hit for 2,800 direct as well.
It ain't looking good for Yugi right now.
Oh, and he can Pendulum Summon. We completely neglected that part.
I believe I said something about Pendulum Summoning before. I'm surprised he didn't search first here.
Yeah, because then he could have Pendulum Summoned whatever okay, so that's actually smart. He played around the strike. That's good. I mean, he could have still searched and just not summoned it.
Yeah, it's he's already normal summon / tribute summoned here, so he's not going to be able to summon the Helix. But definitely good. I did not foresee a strike at all. I would have played straight into it.
Yeah. Well, because he could have... Oh, no, he couldn't have gamed him. Because that would have only been 24... Oh, wait, would that have been game?
No, because it would have been plus 18. 15.
That's right, okay. So he would have... he was still a little bit short.
Yeah, it wasn't pressure enough for game, so he did everything correctly.
Yeah. Wow.
And a pass.
A pass from Karatula. That's really bad. And MST TV with the skill drain.
Wait, was that a pass back?
Was that a... Yeah, I'm actually confused what's going on now.
Huh.
Maybe it's something with the server.
Ooh.
That's a bit odd. We missed something?
I have no clue what happened.
I don't either. Yeah, because it was Karatula's... Oh, no. That's the draw from Monolith, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's what's happening. Okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh! The Mind Crush on the Ice Spell.
Oh.
That is brutal.
That's savage.
Oh my god.
Revealed the special, not today.
This is why I love this tournament, John. A second desires. He's going deep. And the magic trade.
Oh.
And he didn't have the spell to negate the magic trade. Oh my god. This is like some anime level shit right now.
The evil Tombox taking it in clutch, it looks like. The concession is there.
Yep.
That was an insane series of events you do not expect to see today.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, we just see Karatula3 pretty much just conceding down in the chat. That's, I mean, when you do all you can.
The only way I would have been happier was if I saw a limiter removal pop off.
That would be pretty epic as well. But guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Tombox moves on to the top 4. We'll see you in the next match.